Crime 101 film, the movie that everyone's talking about, movie of the century, some are calling it. I actually hear some people are saying this might be the greatest movie to ever touch cinemas. And I'm not saying that to be funny, because actually this movie's decent. So I want to know, Phil, is this movie bad, good, or decent?
So this movie, I've been looking forward to it ever since I saw the first trailer. When I saw the first trailer, it was in theaters because I did not hear a single thing about this movie. I didn't even know this movie was being made in production.
Yeah.
All I saw in the first trailer was Chris Hemsworth is in it. Okay. Then I see Halle Berry. Then I see Mark Ruffalo, and I'm like, what is this? And I see that Chris Hemsworth is playing a thief. And I'm like, what type of thief? Is this like Fast and the Furious, but more tame? And it kind of was like that, kind of. I was looking forward to it. I went to go see it, and I think the movie looked very good. It was shot very well. Some scenes were executed very well, but I think the issue I have with it is I don't feel like it did enough. I don't feel like it did enough. Like, once again, it looks good, and the characters are somewhat interesting, but I think that is the main problem with me with it. I didn't really grow an attachment for any of the characters. I didn't grow an attachment for Davis, who played by Chris Hemsworth. I didn't grow an attachment for Lou, played by Mark Ruffalo. I could care less about Barry Keoghan as Orman. It was kind of an annoying character in it, but Halle Berry, she was okay. I thought she was going to be a little bit more of something to me, but I think this was just a movie that it's fun and action-packed. It's something that you would expect, like, I think definitely a dad to watch out of nowhere.
Another dad
and be like,
movie,
yo.
hell yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like this still was more than a dad movie. I feel like it's not like Mercy. Like, I think this movie is a little like better than Mercy.
Yeah.
But I just think that the problem I have is, once again, I just couldn't. I did not care for what was going to happen with any of these characters. I was more like, I just want to see what happens. Like, I want to see, like, if a certain character dies, I'll be like, okay, all right, that was the result. But there were just so many scenes where it was like, it feels like it's you're learning about a character, but then it just doesn't touch enough with them. It doesn't get into that. With Chris Hemsworth's character Davis, he pretty much plays a thief that is a honorable thief in a way. Like, he steals, but he doesn't hurt people. And he is doing that because he's trying to reach a certain goal, money-wise, to be, like, good for the rest of his life. Like, be fine. And I could respect that, but also it was a little bit shoddy with his past that they were trying to get me to personally like, and I just couldn't get behind it. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I understood who he was, kinda, but I didn't really grow an attachment. Like, it was hard for me to really. Well, I could. I mean, he was in the foster care system, and he ends up not really talking about, like, his parents or anything, like when he's with his love interest, but that's because he never really knew his parents, I guess. I kind of could relate to that because I was adopted, and, you know, like, I never really knew my parents and everything, but it wasn't just that. It was just the way it was being explained to me, where I was kind of like...
Did it feel like surface level? Like, very, like average, like, oh, yeah, I've seen this before?
Yeah, kind of. I think maybe it was just my expectations were higher because this is Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that we were going to get a really, really complicated character. And I didn't feel like I got that with his character. I feel like we just got a straight... to himself, can't really open up, can't really, like, he's very emotionless most of the time, very emotionless. Like, obviously he's angry, so that's one thing he is. Obviously he is caring because he doesn't hurt people when he is robbing them, but when he is talking, when he is trying to open up, it's very I'm me.
Stiff.
Why don't you have any pictures up for your parents? I don't know. Like, that was kind of him the whole movie, except when he was robbing people. That's where you could see the emotion, but like, I don't know, I just couldn't connect with him. With Mark Ruffalo's character, he plays a detective in the movie who's investigating, trying to, like, show everybody that what Davis is doing, Chris Hemsworth's character, is connected. It's one robber. He's the one doing all these Santa Barbara, or whatever the freeway was, robberies. His character was somewhat interesting towards the end, because his character kind of develops the Crime 101, almost like he was taking a class and teaching us about what Davis is doing. And later, kind of gives in. So that was one thing that I think did kind of interest me in the movie. Towards the end, throughout the whole movie, you're hearing that he is a detective who's washed up. And he's washed up because he doesn't follow the rules of the department agency that he's with. And he's like an honorable detective. He's like a dude who does things by the book and doesn't want to lose his honor, I guess. But that is also ruining his life, because that's just not the game of today. That's not how things work. And later on in the movie, if I was paying attention to it, it's kind of what he does to get away with a certain thing. I don't want to spoil it to you, but it was interesting. You got to watch the movie to understand how it went, but it was interesting how he used what was being used against him to win. Or to actually finally be fulfilled. Yeah. And I kind of like that.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How did you think that... so something that I heard that I think worked for this movie, this is from what I hear, is that it has these, like, separate stories that then connect at the end. You know?
Yeah.
Like, sort of like a Stranger Things plot, you know? Where it's like, these characters are off doing this thing, this character's off doing this thing, and then by the end of it, we're gonna connect. It's gonna be one thing. Did you enjoy that? Like, did you find that satisfying, or were you kind of just indifferent on it?
Honestly, yes. I'm going to say that it helped me like the movie a little bit more, but there were times when I was wondering why we were spending a lot of time here instead of over here. And I don't know, maybe I just need to watch it again to fully understand it, because I feel like it was only much better used with Mark Ruffalo's Lou character better towards the end. But I don't know, there were times when they all did collide, when it was very, like, the tension was a little bit there.
Yeah.
But once again, like, I didn't feel like I cared enough to go, like, oh, like, this is going to be dangerous. I wonder what happens to that character. But I think that also goes into Barry Keoghan's character. Like, he was kind of getting on my nerves. And I know that's what his character was kind of supposed to be, Orman. But I just really was getting annoyed with him, like, overall. Because it kind of was just, like, I don't feel like he should be here. And towards the end, there's probably going to be people who are going to get in the comments going like, no, well, the thing that happens at the end that was his whole purpose. But I'm not going to lie, that kind of feels lame to me.
Yeah,
like, that kind of feels lame that, yeah. I feel like it could have been bigger with his character. And I feel like if that's really going to be his only big moment of the movie, that pretty much sucks to me. But that's the only reason why. I'm not going to say that Barry Keoghan sucks or anything, because he is a very talented actor. Loved him in Eternals. And I don't know, maybe we'll see something better with the Batman.
Yeah.
That part too, but I don't know. I wish that he could have been more of a nuisance. More. I wish that he had a different result than what happened in the end. But I don't know. I just wish there was a little bit more that made me care more for these characters. Personally.
What's your number score? Did you say it?
I gave this a high 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I gave it a high 6 out of 10.
Sorry, go.
Yeah, like, once again, it looks incredible, and the way these different stories play out are pretty cool, but I just was expecting more. My expectations were way higher. I wanted to give it an 8 or a 9, because all these actors I love, but I just feel like the way these characters were, I wasn't drawn to like them.
Yeah. All right,
maybe that's the whole point.
Yeah, my last question would be, then, to that, does this movie feel like how do I word this? Does it feel like a Hollywood movie? You know? Like, let's get these big actors on a thing to sell a product? You know? Like, is that what it feels like?
That's what it kind of felt like to me. I'm gonna be for real. Like, at the start of this movie, like, when we're following all these different... Like, at first, the start of the movie is just Chris Hemsworth's character, Davis, performing his first robbery. Like, his first one. And that was really intense. That was really cool. Like, I loved how detailed it was. But then after that, like, when we're finally away from that situation, we're going these different areas where I'm just like... I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah. I don't know if this really gels with me so well, because it seems like we're here for too long. I wish it was a little bit more faster, a little bit more like, oh, we're here, we're there. And then finally we're going to learn. Eventually, yes, like, where Halle Berry's character was and what she was doing did lead towards the end and gives you good explanation of why a certain thing is happening with the moment that she's in. But once again, I'm trying to understand her. I'm trying to understand, like, she was pretty much there just to have us learn the big robbery, I guess. But I, once again, it kind of did feel like a Hollywood movie where you had the big names in it. Yeah. That's what I was kind of thinking while I was watching it. I was like, I feel like this is just, we have Chris Hemsworth, we have Mark Ruffalo, we have Halle Berry, and we have Barry Keoghan. But it's just not really gelling with me. It's
like, it felt really corporate.
Yeah. I didn't think this was the coolest thing ever, and I thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever. We had Hulk and Stick and Thor in a movie again with each other. Like, come on. And Storm.
I was going to say Catwoman, but...
Oh, yeah, Catwoman. Yeah. I mean, Thief. Think about it. Crime 101.
Connected.
But yeah, I had big expectations. It just wasn't met. Like, and I know people in the comments are gonna be all like, "Oh yeah, he wanted Superman to pop out of nowhere," and be like, "Nah, I expected more action."
A better movie, and that's fine.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah. All right.